Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session that was created to help a client with thanatophobia. Thanatophobia is a fear of death, or what it would mean to be dead. And quite often people that have thanatophobia have feelings of either fear related to the idea of death or a feeling of hopelessness or meaningless to life itself, and that one actually fuels the other, and it creates this horrible loop that if you're in, you tend to think about death a lot, which makes life very difficult to live. So in this hypnosis session, there's an element of regression to the point where they absolutely didn't have that feeling. The client used language like, it feels like life had all the color drained from it. So you're going to hear a lot of suggestions about color in this hypnosis session. There's also, for her, the meaning of life when life was wonderful for her was connected to life is joy, and joy is life, and connection is precious, and relationships are precious. So there's a lot of suggestions that reactivate those belief systems that are still there. They were just dormant because there was a more dominant belief system that took over, which is this idea of like, what's the point? Like, life is meaningless. Although this is created to cover, let's say a heavy topic like death and life and meaning, in its essence, it's about making the most of the life that you have. And there was a wonderful phrase that was used when she felt in a good place, and that was this euphoric okayness. And that sounds like an oxymoron. It sounds contradictory, because euphoric is like an intense pleasurable emotion, and okay is kind of a little bit, apathetic. But what I took that to mean is an appreciation of the wonders of life, but an equal acceptance that it doesn't have to be perfect. That's the okayness. So whether or not you have anxieties about the idea of dying is almost immaterial. This is a session about being grateful for what it means to be alive. So if that appeals to you in any way, then it's worth listening to this session. Equally, if there are feelings of hopelessness or severe anxieties, and you think I might be able to help with a bespoke session for you, there will be a link in the show notes where you can schedule a free 30-minute consultation call. But for now, investigate this session because it might just help you in whatever you need more of right now. So find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in, feel like you're breathing in a resourceful feeling of relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow your eyelids to close. And as they close, notice that you can give more of your attention to the sound of my voice. As you continue to breathe in and breathe out, just feel that you're breathing in something positive, something resourceful. And I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine that positive, resourceful thing is a bright, vibrant color. Maybe yellow, maybe orange, maybe pink or purple. But accept the idea that this vibrant, bright color that you're breathing in is giving color to what's missing it. That it represents this wonderful feeling of joy and resourcefulness, and that it's melting away any feelings of stress, tension, and particularly anxiety. As you feel it melt away, that anxiety, imagine that your outward breath is a different color, grey, dark, shadowy. That it's leaving your body in that outward breath. So you're breathing in color and you're exhaling those things you've been holding on to that you don't need anymore. It doesn't make you feel good, so it's time to let it go. And as you continue to breathe in and breathe out, I want you to imagine it's not just a single color that you're breathing in. Imagine breathing in a rainbow of colors, each color representing a resourceful emotion that you need more of right now. Maybe one of those colors represents gratitude. Another, a wonderful feeling of relaxation. Imagine a color that represents acceptance. And as you breathe in that rainbow of colors, it's melting away something you've been holding on to for a while now. And you can imagine rigid frozen ice. It's difficult to move, but as it melts away, it can simply flow and disappear into nothingness. So breathe in that feeling of resourcefulness and exhale whatever needs to leave. And as you do that, allow your body to relax and let go, particularly any tension in your neck and your shoulders, your jaw, arms feeling limp, loose, heavy. And I want you to use the power of your imagination to create the image in your mind of a beautiful lake, maybe a particular lake in the Lake District, where the water reflects and shimmers the sunlight off the surface. And you can see mountains, landscape, trees, maybe blue skies. But imagine it's a warm day and you're by that lake. But I want you to accept the suggestion that the lake is not just water. It's healing water that has the ability to wash away whatever no longer serves you anymore. Any pain, any intrusive thoughts, any beliefs that things have been weighing down on you. And I want you to imagine you're about to wade in to that warm water in the lake. And as you do so, just imagine that this thing you've been carrying around for you has a location. And I want you to imagine maybe it has a weight, a sensation to it. And you remember life before this thing you've been carrying around. And I want you to imagine that this water has the ability to help you release whatever you've been holding on to. And sometimes it's possible to feel that because the pain is linked to something like love or joy, that if you let go of the pain, if you let go of the sadness, somehow you're losing the love or the joy that you've had before. But you know that's not true. You know that you can access all of the joy, all of the wonderful memories, just by thinking back, tapping into wonderful, joyful feelings. And imagine that this water is washing away anything that no longer serves you. And as it does, I want you to notice the vibrancy of the colors. So many colors around that lake. The green connected to the trees. Maybe the blue of the sky. And I want you to imagine there in that lake is the ideal time to allow yourself to deeply relax. I want you to imagine there is a floating chair. Even a chair that wouldn't normally float. And imagine climbing into that floating chair, safe there on that lake, allowing yourself to truly let go. As I count down from 10 to 1, with each descending number you will feel 10% deeper and deeper relaxed, allowing yourself to feel safe, secure, and really relaxed there on that lake. Still noticing what you notice around you, particularly the vibrancy of the colors, continuing to breathe in that rainbow of colors, giving you all the resources you need, and exhaling any grey, dark, undesirable emotions. 10, releasing any tension in your forehead, around your eyes. 9, time to release any tension in your jaw. 8, feeling that relaxation spread into your neck and your shoulders, almost like it's melting away that tension you've been holding on to. Imagining what your head would feel like if it was a helium balloon on a string, just so light and floaty. Releasing all of that tension around your neck. And 8 goes into 7, shoulders, neck, melting away all that tension. 7 into 6, your arms feel limp, loose, heavy, just like you're a puppet without any strings, just limp, loose, heavy, just really releasing any tension, relaxing there on that floating chair on that beautiful lake. That's it. As you breathe in that rainbow of colors, feel that even your internal organs are relaxing. Heart relaxes, lungs relax, stomach and any anxiety in your gut, that can relax too. 5 goes to 4, and that relaxation spreads all the way down into your diaphragm, enabling you to breathe even deeper. 4 into 3 into your legs. Legs now feeling limp, loose, heavy, which is lucky because you're relaxing on a floating chair on a beautiful lake, surrounded by color. 3 and then 2. So relaxed, and I want you to imagine you're about to drift off into an imagination dream there on that floating chair on that lake, knowing you are safe and secure, all the while, 2 and then 1, and I want you to imagine what it would be like to just fall into a deep, imaginative sleep. And in this imaginative sleep, I want you to imagine waking up in a bed next to someone you love, with a strange balance of emotions, acknowledging that everything isn't perfect and that it doesn't need to be. And maybe we can call this balance of emotions of acceptance and appreciation a euphoric okayness. The euphoria has to come from the appreciation of what is good in your life. And the okayness has to come from acknowledging that things can be good even if they're not perfect. And that's okay. So as you imagine being in that very location at that time, making the evaluation that things are good even if they're not perfect, scan your body for the location of this euphoric okayness. It may be intense and it may be subtle, but just point to where you feel this balance of acceptance and appreciation exists in your body. That's it. And I want you to give a color to that location, maybe even a shape. Notice if it feels like it moves and expands, and acknowledge that euphoric okayness isn't the end, it's the beginning. Just like a spring can lead to a stream that leads to a river that leads to a lake. This balance of euphoric okayness comes from what you notice, and you can notice a memory, a thought. But if it leads back to this feeling that it's okay, then it does become okay. And one of the things that we all intellectually know, but sometimes things happen in life for us to feel it emotionally, is that life has a beginning and an end, just like a book. And nobody knows what happens before we're born, and nobody knows what happens after we die. But there was no pain before you were born. And if your unconscious mind accepts that it wasn't terrifying before you were born, and therefore you can handle it after you're no longer here, just let me know by nodding your head. That's it. And that acceptance enables you to appreciate the book while you're still turning the pages. As you imagine lying on that bed, feeling that euphoric okayness, I want you to open your mind to ideas, ways of thinking that could help give you more of that joy and connection that gives life meaning. I want you to feel the gentle wave of remembrance guiding you back to a time when life's colors were vivid, when moments were a dance of delight. Experience a soft unraveling of fears associated with life's ultimate cycle, embracing the natural flow that brings peace, akin to the serenity before birth. If your life is a painting, notice the rich hues of joy that represent all of those colors on life's canvas as you reminisce about those days where the joy, the happiness was real. And if it was before, it will be again. So feel a comforting assurance wrapping around you as you perceive death as a calm transition, a return to a state of timeless existence, much like the time before your birth. And again, focus your attention on that euphoric okayness, where acceptance and appreciation blend in a harmonious melody, enriching every beat of your life. And as you notice the preciousness of joy as it sparkles through your life, that again unlocks appreciation, seeing that treasure to be cherished and reveled in. I want you to think of those connections that you have in your life, family and friends, and feel a warm embracement of love, that profound connection that emphasizes the preciousness of each interaction, each relationship. And notice a tender acceptance that melts away fears, transmuting them into a peaceful understanding of life's natural rhythm. And as the fears melt away, feel an invigorating surge of appreciation for the gift of life, a realm where love, joy, and connections blossom. And you can experience a gentle rekindling of life's delight. And these come in drips, not waves, as if each day is a song of joy, a dance of love, a narrative of precious connections. They say where focus goes, energy flows. And as you acknowledge that, I wonder where your focus can now go. You know that where your focus was before gave you a particular energy that wasn't desirable. And I wonder where you want your focus to go in the future, and what new energy will flow towards you. To feel that serene acceptance of the cyclical nature of existence, where each phase holds its unique beauty and purpose, and experience a deep-seated contentment, a euphoric okayness that brings a smile of appreciation for life's journey, however it unfolds. And I wonder what would happen if we activate compassion. Compassion for you, compassion for everyone around you, towards life's fleeting nature, nurturing a profound appreciation for each breath, each moment of connection. And notice how you feel when your focus goes towards the heartening realization that joy, love, and life are interwoven in a delicate yet sturdy fabric of existence. And notice the comforting echo of euphoric okayness as you find a beautiful balance between accepting life's flow and appreciating its precious offerings. And And I don't know if it will happen in the next few days or weeks. But I want you to be open to the idea that you can reconnect to the zest for life you once held, knowing that it still resides within, that is your natural state, ready to color your world with joy once more. And just being open to the idea of introducing all that color back into your life. The color of joy, connection, love, and new experiences creates a chain reaction, giving more meaning, which gives more emotions, which leads to new decisions, which creates the very thing that enriches your life. And when you look back, you can experience a heartwarming gratitude for all the love that was shared, the joy experienced, and the precious life that facilitated it all. And that's how you know that life is precious. Because everything in the past that gave meaning and joy needed life in order to do it. Opening a doorway into a realm of endless possibilities awaiting your embrace. Connect with that feeling of acceptance and appreciation there, in that location, on a bed. And as you connect into that feeling, take that same feeling, that euphoric okayness, back with you on a floating chair on a beautiful lake, feeling there is more color in your life, more balance, with a desire to shift your focus on what gives you more joy and color in your life. Feel like you're returning to the shore. Feel like a lot of that stress and anxiety has melted away. And then feel like it's time to return to the present, but take that euphoric okayness with you. New ideas, new beliefs. A desire, a willingness to focus on those things that enrich your life. Returning to the present as you take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Feel like you're connecting into the present, but feeling more relaxed. Feeling that balance of acceptance and appreciation, and giving yourself something new to focus on. Starting to count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.